Good afternoon and happy Monday. Welcome to How You Living on Edge Radio. My name is Robin B. And how are you, Dr. Kiva?
I am well.
Well, happy Black History Month. Yeah. So I thought in the interest of Black history, we would share a little tidbit on some historic Black figures.
Yes.
So can I do mine?
Yes, you do yours.
Okay, and then we'll talk about the weekend.
Cool.
All right, so my figure today is Matthew Henson. I don't know if anybody can see him. If you were born anytime after 1970, you probably never heard of him before, but he was the first African-American Arctic explorer. So he made it to Antarctica and survived. He was recognized as the first person to reach the North Pole in 1909.
Nice.
The first person. So that's pretty amazing. Let's see what else. In 1937, he became the first African-American accepted into the Explorers Club due to his achievement. And finally, at the age of 70, he received the award from the U.S. Navy in the gold medal from Chicago Geographic Society. So that's my guy.
Nice. Well, I have someone also.
Yay.
Yay. See, I have Shirley Chisholm.
Of course you do.
Of course we do. And so it's good to talk about her because she is an ancestor.
Yeah.
And she started the path for Kamala.
Absolutely.
For
She
our
was a
vice
trailblazer.
president. She
Absolutely.
was. And so she was a politician, educator, and author.
And does it say where she was from?
It doesn't say where she was from. Do you know?
I thought it was Chicago, but I may be way off. We'll find out.
Probably no.
Yeah,
you know, it could have been a great migration.
Yeah, because
who knows? And she was the first African American woman to be elected to the U.S. Congress. That is something. And she was the first African American candidate for a major majority party nomination for president in 1972.
Look at that. She ran for president.
She said,
wow.
I'm going to skip it and go straight up to
good for her.
The top office.
Talk about,
and she was inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1993.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, of course, our president... In
our current president?
No. Oh. Our president. Our Obama.
Okay. Our president.
Our president. He gave her the Medal of Freedom in 2015. Yeah.
That's beautiful. It's good to see that he gave somebody that substantial the Medal of Freedom.
Exactly. Someone who deserved it.
Yeah, not Rush Limbaugh. But I'm going to try to be neutral today. And not a wrestler, but I'm going to try to be neutral today.
Is that your 2020
not
New
quite.
Year's resolution?
Around you. I'm going to try to be more tempered because that's how my partner is.
So Black history, you know, every day should be Black history.
Yeah, well, it is. It's just not recognized nationally. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I wore this shirt for you. Can you see my shirt?
It's Marley, Bob Marley. I love it.
So I wore that.
Very nice. Do you listen to his music too?
I do.
Yeah,
I like
of course
reggae.
You do. I love reggae. I love Bob Marley. I definitely love it. You know what? Just been enjoying a lot lately is African beats. I think it's called African beat. Oh my God, that is some happy music.
It is.
I was introduced to it by Beyonce's King, Black is King.
Okay.
I love that video, and so all of their videos are very powerful. They're colorful and just very uplifting and very symbolic, and it was beautiful. So he's turning me on to it.
Have you ever heard of the Black violin?
You mean
Black violin?
Is it two men? Or?
Yeah, it's a group.
Oh man, I've seen several. I've seen a couple of them.
They are good.
Oh my God, wouldn't it be cool to get somebody like that on? Are they in Houston by any chance?
You know, they might be from here.
Because that is the most beautiful sound. I love violin,
and then
they put so much soul in it. Oh my God, that would be really cool.
That's the beauty of the African American. We can put a spin on everything.
Absolutely.
We put a different spirit.
Yeah, we put some hot sauce on everything we do, don't we?
Exactly. We make it spicy.
We definitely do, and that's beautiful. That is some of the most beautiful violin I've ever heard. There was another guy I used to follow him too, but these guys are fairly new, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're new on the set to me.
They've been around for a little bit. Because I can't remember who was it that said, even though we are 13% of the population, we're more than half of the culture when it comes to African Americans.
And that's why today, we're gonna hit culture over the head.
We're gonna put some hot sauce on
We're gonna put some hot sauce on culture. Because real culture.
Yeah,
we've got a connoisseur of culture today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A connoisseur of culture.
Well, how's that? I think anyone we bring on is going to be an expert in their field.
Exactly.
And so I call them a connoisseur.
Hey.
So, yeah, it's all
put
about...
some respect on it.
Yeah, we're going to put some respect on culture today. But, yeah, so today we do enlightenment, education, and empowerment. Today, I feel like it's going to be a combination of enlightenment and empowerment. Of course, all three, really.
Right.
So that should be fun.
No, I can't wait. So speaking of enlightenment, what is our tea of the day?
Tea of today, you know how I am. I'm a freak of nature because
not green tea, huh?
It's green tea. But today I mix it with my favorite peach. I love that combo. Peach. And you know why? Because for one thing, the black tea is very powerful as well. And so I always like, in order to stay healthy, I like to mix those two. Are you ready for yours?
I mean, I know you always talk about the health benefits of green tea.
This new bottle is huge.
Is there a health benefits of peach?
Oh, there's health. Well, the peach, it is natural fruit. It's everything's organic and natural. But the black tea part is the antioxidant. Peaches have their own, of course, own
vitamin C.
Healthy properties. Vitamin C, fiber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, always. And probably some other stuff thanks for putting me on the spot because I should know this. That's good. You keep me on my toes. I should know this. So I will next week. I'll tell you some more benefits of peach. But I know last week I kind of overdid it with the honey. How is it today?
It's good. You didn't overdo it
today.
Not bad. Yeah.
Not bad. But I'm going to switch it up. Next week I'll let you choose. How about that?
Ooh.
You choose the flavor you want.
It's going to be chamomile. Just plain.
Okay, and you know what? That's funny you should say that because I'm bringing our guest today. I did bring her. The gift I got her is one of the chamomile teas.
Oh, well, nice.
I need to let you check that out. I don't think we've tried that.
I don't think I've tried chamomile.
Next week we'll do chamomile.
Definitely. It might make us really chill.
Yeah, it will. Well, I'll try not to mix it with the green tea, so it's just, and I will be a different person, I'm sure.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah, not too different. Right? I want you to be able to recognize me.
I probably won't be able to.
So did you work all weekend?
I did.
Can you kind of tell our audience what it is you do? Because you work like a dog. Well, and people need to know what you do.
Well, I'm a chiropractor, and so on the weekends I go work at the joint, and so I'm there Saturday and Sunday, and then I still do DOT physicals for the Department of Transportation. And then I still work with work comp patients also.
Oh my! So you really stay busy, and you keep everybody.
Yeah. Tomorrow I got to drive like 2 hours to do some DOT physicals.
Where do you do them?
Oh,
is it literally at the Department of Transportation?
No, I'm doing it for bus drivers tomorrow, but I do a lot of 18-wheeler drivers, so I'll go on site to see the.
Awesome. Do you meet some fun people? Do you meet crazy people?
I meet all of them.
Okay.
You meet the gamut. So
how long have you been doing chiropractic?
Since 2010.
What? Yeah. I have no idea you've been doing that. Why you let me walk around with a stiff back? I don't understand it.
I'm a getter.
That is wrong. They say the shoemaker's kids never have any shoes.
Well, when I first started getting into chiropractor, I was first did reflexology.
Oh, and that's one of my favorite things in the world.
So I do that, and then I got certified in Reiki.
Okay.
So, and then yoga teacher.
All these things I need. I feel duped. I feel duped. All right, so we're going to start somewhere.
Okay, we're going to start somewhere.
You know from your trained eye what I need. Yeah. What I need first.
Other than meditation and stretching and me adjusting your back.
That's first.
We'll start that.
Meditation, number one.
Okay.
Number one. That's
and then we're going to bring someone to talk vegan food next.
Okay. Oh, I would love some. Now, I'm down with the vegan now. I'm really enjoying it.
Down.
So that sounds good.
As long as they put some spice on it.
Yeah, as long as there's some hot sauce in the room, I can deal with my vegan food, definitely. But that sounds really good. And I would like Reiki. Is that how you pronounce it?
Reiki.
Reiki. Okay, because two of my friends have done it recently, and they literally say it was life-changing.
Nice.
Do you hear that from your?
Well, I do more chiropractic than I do Reiki.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reiki.
Yeah, but reflexology, people
that's all about the foot, right?
All about the foot.
Oh,
people go, hey, I'm constipated. Bring me your foot.
That is unbelievable. Yeah. So the foot is associated with every organ. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Because there are parts when you touch a certain part of the foot and it's excruciating. That means there's a problem with that area of your body.
Exactly.
People need to understand
it's the same thing like with meridian lines, with acupuncture and acupressure.
Okay.
So it deals with the same meridian lines that's going through your body.
So people, you do not have to suffer. Yeah. And you do not have to take a whole lot of medication.
And you can drink some tea.
And drink a lot of tea and then get your Reiki taken care of.
We're gonna fix everybody.
Everybody's going to get well today, I'm telling you.
We're going to take a short break and we're going to bring our guests up so we can get, what'd you say?
We're going to get empowered, educated, and enlightened. She's got her hands full. She can handle it.
She can handle it.
So we're coming back with Ms. Michelle Bonton. And you guys hang on. We'll be right back.
We work our whole lives to support our families. With one accident or illness, it can all be gone in an instant. Now there's a smart, affordable way to protect your family. Go to findhealthbenefits.com and discover low-cost life insurance for as little as $2 per month. Add to that a tax-deferred annuity that can help you protect your assets and grow your money for retirement. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com or call 877-235-6094. A critical illness can strike without warning and wipe out your life savings. In fact, it's the #1 reason for bankruptcy. Find Health Benefits offers an affordable solution. Get up to $50,000 if you get cancer, stroke, or a heart attack, giving you the peace of mind to focus on getting better while the plan helps you to pay your bills and medical expenses. Learn more. Go to findhealthbenefits.com. or call 877-235-6094. 66% of seniors spend more time shopping for cable TV than Medicare plans. Most say because it's just too confusing. Laws change every year. The wrong plan could cost you thousands and prevent you from seeing the doctors you want. Introducing FindHealthBenefits.com. Save time, save money, see specialists without referrals. Go to FindHealthBenefits.com or call 877-235-6094 for this informative brochure.
Society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
The Natural Nation Network is really about taking control of your health physically, spiritually, emotionally, even intellectually, because there's so much out there in misinformation. There's a lot of people now that are suffering from all sorts of diseases that they really wouldn't have to suffer for if they had better information. And that's what we're here to do. Provide information that can save lives.
The mind and the body are totally connected.
Health can be really serious, and sometimes we just have to lighten it up a little bit while we're still providing substantive information.
And my sort of mantra on the salsa dance floor is kind of similar. I tell somebody, if you make a mistake twice, it becomes a move. Okay.
Tune into Natural Nation every Tuesday at 11 a.m.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
And we are sorry guys, we're back. We really are. And we are here. Well, we would like to welcome our wonderful guest, Ms. Michelle. And you don't like Ms. You're just like me. You like to be casual.
Just
Michelle Bonton. Am I pronouncing it right?
Bonton. It's really Bonton.
Oh, are you from Louisiana?
Well, my husband's family is, but we've been married for 35 years, so I get to claim it all.
That was the French.
That's
right.
Know,
and that thing because I wanted to say Bonton, but I was like, Bonton.
Well, we make it easy for folks from Houston. So
we appreciate it, but we like to respect the pronunciation. I'm big on that. Absolutely.
Right.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Can you give us a little about your background?
Sure.
And we know that you are with the Harris County
Cultural Arts Council.
Nice.
And we are a brand new organization that was formed in 2018 in the aftermath of Harvey, just looking for a way to add to the resiliency and wholeness of the community. So the organization was founded, and we are the sole source for arts and culture in unincorporated East Harris County.
Wow.
Nice. That's a mouthful.
Yeah, and welcome. Welcome very much.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So right now it's just East Harris County, but are there plans to expand?
So in terms of the footprint, absolutely, because of the type of programming that we have planned and the things that we are going to be doing. But the primary focus right now is just trying to bring some water to what I call the arts desert in unincorporated East Harris County. There's just nothing out there. We get overlooked, and we want to be able to, catch a show and hear some good music without leaving our community. So
what part is East Harris County?
You read my mind.
It incorporates North Shore, Galena Park, Sheldon, kind of Sea King area, and Channelview.
Very nice. Oh yeah, they do need some love. Absolutely. I think I know one person from Channelview, and I've been here 30 years. So you have a very good point.
So they need some
and
love.
I know a lot of people. So yeah, they do need the love, and that's awesome that you're doing that. So can you kind of explain what it is that your organization does?
So as I said, we're the sole source for arts and culture in the community. So when you think about kind of some of the things that happen in the Midtown area around arts and culture, the festivals, the theatrical performances, the music productions, the dance shows, we are trying to bring that to the east side of town. We're trying to create that. And so as an example, you all were talking earlier just kind of about celebrating Black history. My favorite person I want to say is Miss Vanilla Bean. And so are you all familiar with her?
No, please.
So,
I like the name. Tell us.
So Miss Bean is a milliner. She's over 100 years old, and she had a hat shop in Washington, D.C. And her hats are featured in the National Museum of African American, History and Culture. And one of her hats is actually on a stamp worn by the civil rights activist, Dr. Dorothy Height.
Oh my goodness.
And the Cultural Arts Center is actually doing an exhibit in celebration of Black history called Crowns, where we will celebrate the church hat. And we know how significant that is to our culture, right?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Yeah, so
are you familiar with something? It was what do you call it? It was a performance art that just transpired here
with Harambee Gallery.
With Charles ladies
Washington,
in the hat.
Ladies in the hats. Yes,
because I'm like, this is obviously the year of the hat,
right?
So we need to recognize there's a lot of history. Yes,
and so that's part of the exhibit that you guys are doing.
The exhibit is called Crowns.
I love it.
And we will feature 2 of Dr. Height's hats, the civil rights activists. Those are going to be on loan to us, but so we tried to identify people of significance within the Houston community. My grandmother was a dresser, Iola. That's what she was known for. She died a couple of years ago at 95, and I was able to collect 23 of her church hats.
Oh my!
So her hats will be featured. There's a centenarian on the east side, Miss Mamie Frank Lewis.
Okay.
She's 103. Her hats are going to be featured, and so it'll. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I forgot to mention this. The Deltas, the East Harris County chapter of the Deltas are also going to be involved because Dr. Height was a Delta.
Okay.
Right.
And so
she had to be one of the original.
Right. So that exhibit is, just the type of thing that we will be doing in the community. We've also just wrapped up a production of Dontrell Who Kissed the Sea, which is a coming of age story about a young African American man just kind of finding, the intersecting point between his past, his present, and how to get at his calling. And so that was in partnership with the Sankofa Collective. So, we're just
speaking your language.
It is.
But that's a story I've never heard of. This is so needed because I have never heard of that before, but it sounds awesome.
We're excited about it.
Is that the only exhibit that you guys are doing for Black History Month?
That's the only actual exhibit. A couple of other things that we're done. So we created for East Harris County right now an award program called the Blacklist, where we are celebrating the achievements of East Siders, we call them, who grew up, if you graduated from North Shore High School or C. King High School, one of the high schools out there, and you're still working and contributing to that community, we are going to recognize you as part of the Blacklist.
Very nice.
And the idea came from what we always do as Black people. We take those things that are negative, and intended to, kind of be a slight against us, and we make them a positive. Because normally the Blacklist is something you don't want to be.
We had that conversation recently. We're not having it on this show. Now, there's no negativity when it comes to Black on this show.
Yeah. So our Blacklist is going to be a celebration.
That's beautiful.
So
that's going to be really cool.
Yeah. So
how did you get involved? How did this because this is your baby, isn't it?
Yes. So I in my previous life, I was an educator for 30 years. I taught school. I was a counselor, administrator, all of those types of things, and had the honor of founding a performing arts school that I led for 13 years. And so this was kind of, when I retired, what next? This was kind of a natural segue, for me. We were blessed to be able to acquire a 20,000 square foot church that we are repurposing. And when I say we, I mean the council, the Cultural Arts Council, that we are repurposing as a performing arts and cultural venue. And so that was just, again, as I said, looking at what the needs of that community were. Was so devastated by Hurricane Harvey. Our school actually lost an entire campus. We had about $5.3 million in losses. And, and how do you recover, from that organizationally, individually, and so the gaps became even more evident.
Okay.
And that was how Harris County Cultural Arts Council was born.
Wonderful.
That's nice.
So with the advent of the pandemic, has that gotten in the way of you guys doing things physically? Are you mainly doing online or?
A lot of the programming has been online. We are, and it's crazy because just when we were,
you and like a million other people.
Yes.
Oh,
so,
man.
Had to do a total shift.
Yes.
But we're creatives, and so we pivoted, right? And so we started doing things online. We started looking at how we can do, what can we do outside? We've got beautiful grounds. We're on, over the whole complex is almost 13 acres of land. Our section is like right around, I think, about 4 acres. So we've got all this green space, and so we've just kind of pivoted, and we're talking about outdoor festivals, and we've done some, we call it On the Lawn, a movie series.
I was about to ask you.
Yeah, so all those types of things.
That sounds fun.
So what made you think or decide to say, okay, this is what is needed into the community? How is the community responding to the Culture Center coming in?
There's a lot of excitement. People really like the idea. Of not having to leave their community. And it's kind of coming at a time when the arts are getting a lot of love from like everywhere, right? Around the country. We have the Save Our Stages grant. It was, included in the most recent COVID relief bill. And there's just a lot of understanding, because here's what a lot of people don't know. I was shocked when I started doing research around this. Just in Houston, Texas alone, the creative economy is in excess of $1.4 billion.
Isn't that something? I'm really not surprised.
In Houston.
In Houston, not in Texas.
Not in Texas.
So there is money to be got.
There's money to be made. And what we're hoping to do is use Harris County Cultural Arts Council as a vehicle and a mechanism for raising awareness around the economics for Black creatives. So that's kind of another piece.
Hey, you guys should hook up the Bob Marley Festival again.
Ooh,
were you around when
she'll
we used
be
to
in
have
front
that?
row.
We're open.
Front row center here.
Because we used to have the Bob Marley Festival every year.
I
It
never
was
knew that.
packed.
Wow.
Okay.
We have a place for it.
Yep. Now
tell
there's
you, we
definitely
should
room for
definitely
it.
talk.
Absolutely.
We should definitely talk. Yeah.
That's
So now,
nice.
do you? Is it mainly for kids or youth, or is everyone involved?
No.
So
Everyone.
this is to bring everybody into it.
This is to bring everybody to the table.
Lovely.
And you probably asked that question because I talked about my past.
Well, I've seen photos with the kids, and I'm like, is that part of the program? That's completely separate.
It's completely separate. That was my other life. I've been working really hard to redefine yourself. Yes, to just, and really, it's always been a part of who I am.
Okay.
But just wanting to say that this is my focus now.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. That's good. No, and I respect that completely.
And especially with this being Black History Month, and I was like trying to get prepared for Robin mentally, so I was listening to audio. I was listening to audiobooks.
That's so sad.
No, I was listening to audiobooks, and then we're talking about like quilts, how that's part of our history, and poetry like Phyllis Wheatley, and so how that's part. So those things that you also incorporate, like quilt making and poetry. And
Absolutely, we have. I was getting a signal over there. We have some exhibits planned around. There's actually a quilt right now in my office. So just all of the pieces that make up the fabric of who we are as a people. We will have exhibits that will, focus on those types of things. And certainly being an African American woman, our culture will be highlighted. But the goal of Harris County Cultural Arts Council and Center is really to be a place for,
everyone.
all people. So we'll have things that will attract everybody. I call it kind of like the overt and the covert mission, right? So overtly everybody, but covertly, if you will, we will always be looking for ways to raise up and uplift the Black creative sector in Houston and throughout Texas.
Really. Yeah, because education is important. Because if you understand the community that you're in, and other people can also say, okay, well, I understand their plight. Whoever it is, if it's Native American, Hispanic, Black, that's nice.
That's right. And the arts are an awesome way for creating that understanding, because it gives voice in a way that maybe just a regular conversation would not, or even just reading the information in a book. It's like, how do you make it come out of the pages of the book and come alive, I always say. And art is the way to do that, right?
Yeah. So we'll take a little short break. And then when we come back, we're going to find out more about art in Houston. Because I'm curious to find out, like, if an artist wants to get in contact with you and participate in programs, what they need to do.
All right, great.
So join us as we take our little break, and we'll come back with Miss Michelle Bonton.
Bonton, that's right. Merci.
We'll take a short little break.
When people stop talking to each other, society is on the edge. Let's bring them back. Edge Radio, because truth still matters.
Are you a small business owner concerned about the downturn in the economy? Top business leaders like Mattress Mac and Warren Buffett will tell you that now is the time to promote your business more than ever. People need your services. Your business needs an edge. Learn about special advertising packages for small businesses right here on Edge Radio. Find out more, give us a call at 281-744-0446. That's 281-744-0446. Edge, because truth still matters.
Aren't you tired of not getting what you want in bed?
Are you ready to spice things up behind those closed doors?
Woo! We're here for you every hump day at 7 p.m.
This is Sex on the Edge with Jen and Hen. I'm Jennifer Reeves.
And I'm Hendrik Scott, and we are professional licensed sex therapists.
So remember to watch us Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Edge Radio TV, just in time for sexy time.
And welcome back to How You Living on Edge Radio TV. So we were talking about the whole culture program, and we have a lot of artists, especially in that area. So how do they get involved and be able to can they have exhibits there?
Absolutely. We are really, this is actually a great time for artists who want to partner with us, because our primary focus right now is just kind of creating content, right? Like getting the center known for having content. And you can find us real easily. We're on Facebook, Harris County Cultural Arts Council. You can go to our webpage, harriscountycac.org, and you can, give me a buzz by phone, 832-356-4378.
Nice.
We're super easy to find. We're located right over on Wallaceville Road, which is a major thoroughfare for the East Side. So.
Hey, can you teach us how to draw?
Oh, now are you? I was going to ask, are you an artist yourself?
So I am an art lover.
Okay.
And I guess if I had to choose kind of like a strong suit, so I do a lot of public speaking, and a little bit of acting, like years and years ago.
Wow, that's
but
cool.
just a lover of the arts. My father was a vocalist. He used to sing with Archie Bell and the Drills.
You have the tone in your voice.
I bet you have an amazing voice.
Tell you, I cannot sing. That is one of the things that Jesus and I are going to talk about when I get home. And like, Lord, why I got my daddy's forehead, I have his nose, his chin. I'm like, where's the voice?
I know. I always had this dream of being a jazz singer, and wish I could just be like up there singing some jazz.
I'm telling you, that is my ultimate fantasy. My fantasy was to be the next Whitney Houston.
Hey,
I would love to be an amazing singer. Oh yeah. So I do very well in the shower.
That would be even awesome to be able to come to the center and even learn public speaking,
Yeah.
Is that something? Is that part of it?
So we plan to do kind of like a a menu of options and opportunities and things like that. We're still fleshing a lot of things out.
And
primarily
only 3 years old. Right?
Well, in terms of the corporate formation, not even quite that, because it was late 2018. But in terms of when we really got going, it was last year, honestly. So because it took a while to kind of get everything together. So it's really in its infancy,
right?
And again, the focus right now is on getting the community used to the idea that we exist, right? And that you can come here and there are things to do, there are things to see, and that's why the focus on content right now is so heavy.
So the build out is done already for the church. It's already.
Oh, thank you so much for asking about that. Let me tell you, it is a 20,000 square foot. 850 seat facility.
Oh my goodness.
We were, and when I say blessed, I mean that we were blessed to acquire this facility. They left us all of the chairs. They left us.
Was it a donation? They donated the building?
They did not quite a donation, but to me, because there was no way we would have been able to, pay for it, right? What it was worth, but all of the lighting, they had just bought new Macs to do their sound, like everything is there.
That's a big one.
Where'd they go?
They actually built another church.
Okay, so they paid it forward, so to speak.
Exactly.
That's
and
good.
the business manager basically just told me, she said, Michelle, we really believe that God wants you to have this space.
Beautiful.
And so we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you guys get
everything
it. That's
happens
what they
in divine time, right?
Absolutely. And
so we've got we want to be an incubator, so we've got space that artists might be able to rent out. The exhibits right now, if you got work, and you need it shown, we're practically doing that for free. Our goal right now is
we need to
just
tell Mr. Washington.
He
always has so much. He's already aware.
How do you think we've met her?
Oh, okay, I should have known.
Yes.
Artists of a feather flock together.
You already know.
I should have known that.
But the potential is huge.
That's amazing.
The potential is huge for Houston and for the East Side.
So how are you getting the word out? How are the folks in your community learning about?
So opportunities like this, and then we do a lot of things on Facebook. I am also a member of almost anything and everything related to the arts in Houston, and anything and everything related to the East Side. I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and then a lot of people do know me from the school, Road School for Performing Arts, which was is an open enrollment charter school. And at its height, we had 1,400 kids, 200 employees. So I mean, it was like a big operation, right? And so a lot of people from the community, kind of know me from that, and so which is why I'm focusing really hard. It's like it's HCCAC now. It's not RSPA.
Gotcha.
But it helps though, because there was already some name recognition.
I'm telling you, we're gonna have the Bob Marley Festival.
I'm telling you, I think it sounds like it's a perfect spot. So you have good out. The grounds are also established.
Yeah. So there's probably about maybe 2.5 to 3 acres of just wide open green space. We have, the parking is, I'm telling you,
so
it's
it was a mega church, so they represent very well.
Yeah, they have about 1,500 members.
Yeah, they take good care of their,
exactly.
So now, one of the things I know you mentioned regarding the power of cultural arts is social justice, how it pertains to social justice. Can you explain how that relationship?
Sure. So as I was saying earlier, the arts create a vehicle for expressing and establishing and expressing your voice. You can say things through art that you really can't say directly, right? And when you're talking about the pain of something or the impact of something, sometimes people can understand that better when they can see it, whether that seeing is in the form of a photograph, whether that seeing is in the form of a production. Just think about how some of our favorite television shows impact us, like at a gut level. You get into the life of the person. And so when you take that to the social, to the social justice arena, the same kind of things happen. People's openness to
bring
hear,
attention to
exactly.
that,
and not just the attention, but even people's willingness to hear and understand when it's being presented in an artistic format is expanded, and so it has a lot.
That makes sense.
It reminds me of that. You probably going to say it with the little black girl
and the inauguration.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
the old artwork the little black girl walking with the soldiers, like going to the first day of school, being
segregated.
Oh
man, yeah, that was a heavy piece of art.
Or even like John Biggers, when you would see a lot of his slave ships, and the hands are always so big, and he's expressing something with the hands. So it does express a lot.
You know what happens? The art brings it to life, like I said. So think about
it breathes,
oxygen into exposure, right? If you read about the chains in a book, right? That's one thing.
Right.
But when you see the change, you understand what I'm saying?
Roots was very deep.
Right. It's just much more impactful. And so when I tell you about my hurt, as it relates to these chains, and you've seen them, that's going to be at a much deeper level than if you just read about it.
That's a very good point.
Something about the visual. The visual takes it home for sure.
Absolutely. And even like I said, even thinking about music, the lyrics to songs and how they just resonate.
Some songs can change your life. Really, some songs can touch you so much that it changes the way you think.
Absolutely.
And some songs tell you to be safe while you running away from the master while you're a slave.
Give me that one, because I might need it.
That's what those songs, they would sing those spirituals to say, hey, wade in the water.
Wade in that's what that meant. My grandmother sang that to me all the time.
But that's what they were just trying to give them information through song.
Absolutely.
That's good. That's
and then again, just creating understanding, because if you can understand me, it humanizes me, right?
Absolutely.
And so I'm not this other, right? I used to, say like, I am you, I am you. And when we can come together around art, and I can share my story through art, then it bridges that gap.
In more positive, on a more positive view, I was thinking of the young lady who did the poem at the inauguration, because that was cultural art right there.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it turned her life all the way around.
Well,
she drew
she
so
was
much.
already a graduate from Harvard at 22.
See, that's pretty impressive. So that
she said
shows
she's going to be president, so she's already claimed
I
that.
think she's on her way.
Yeah, she's definitely on it. But she is a good representation of anyone who thinks that, for some reason, African Americans are less than.
Right.
Then you see someone who overachieves like that.
Yeah, because she
and I
want to
point out something
too.
though, because we're talking about the arts and social justice. Her being 22 years old and being a graduate of Harvard is not what had her on that stage.
I know, but that's
her
still
art is what had her
art,
on that stage.
Is I mean,
you understand what I'm saying?
You're 100% right.
Yeah, so creating opportunities and that gets us in places where we otherwise would not be. Just making an opportunity to have the voice. Arts have done that for us and can continue to do that.
Oh,
pretty cool. Well, you got a lot. You have a lot to share. There was another thing I wanted to ask. Okay, so we want to be, even though we're not part of, can we participate? Can we volunteer?
Even though we're not Eastsiders.
We're not Eastsiders. We may or may not be considered artists. It just depends on how you look at art.
We take help and money from, let me look at the camera. We take help and money from everywhere.
Some of the
But I think that's from her education. See, I thought that was from your new life. That's from your previous life.
Right.
But I love the words. The words spoke to me.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah,
I'm
promote,
because they
provide.
Carry over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they carry over.
And it does carry over. And I think that's awesome. And what you're doing is so important because it does enrich children. There are a lot of kids who don't know their value. They don't know their self-worth. And that is one of the things I told my husband. I think he's like, boy, you got big dreams. But I want to one day be able to take a group of young Black men, especially men, but women too, who really just don't know anything other than their sad surroundings, and take them to Africa and let them see what they could be, you know, or just let them see where they're not being judged by what they look like. So that's what you're doing right now is probably a lot more attainable right now, you know.
Well, I have an idea for you, and so I have been on this tear about talking only about HCCAC, but I'm a kid lover, and RSPA was my baby, so I'll talk a little bit about Road School for Performing Arts, which is the school I talked about. One of the things, one of the founding principles of that school was to take every kid from pre-K 4 all the way up through whatever our highest grade was, at least 10 times a year outside of the walls of the schools.
Beautiful.
And into the community. They went on, and when I say community, I don't mean like just in Houston, right? So every year they would go out of the city, they would go out of state. This is what I love to talk about. We took a group of about 13 kids to Barack Obama's first inauguration.
Look at that. Okay. That's what I'm talking about.
And when there's a picture of the mall, right? You remember how
that
crowded it was?
Beautiful crowd, yeah.
We can point to where we were in that crowd. And for many of those kids, it was their first trip out of the city. It was their first airplane ride. And certainly to be able to say, I was there at the inauguration of the, right. So those were the, the kinds of things we did. Absolutely.
That would change their trajectory.
Even if you
it
don't
doesn't
go
have to be Africa right now, but bring them to something.
It doesn't. It can be something
take them on an HBCU tour. That was another thing that we did.
Well, let's take a little short break, and when we come back, we're going to get all the contact information so that so people can know how to get in contact with you. So get your pen and paper. Yes. So we are taking a break. So when you come back, you're going to find out how to get in contact with Miss Michelle.
All right.
And we are back with Michelle Bonton.
I like to say it like that.
I love it. It feels good.
And Mardi Gras is around the corner.
That's right. All things French are about to hit.
So we have to say Bonton.
That's right. She says it very well.
I have a sister-in-law who loves to talk about her last name. She tells everybody it's French for good times.
Really?
Oh yeah, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Oh,
that's all I can say. So don't ask me anything else.
Lovely.
But she's the party girl. She walks in and say, "All right, we can start the party now, y'all."
So she means it.
She means it.
That's great. But to have your name mean something so positive, that's pretty cool.
So, how does someone get in contact with you? I know you gave your information, but if you can give it to us again.
Absolutely. I think the easiest thing would be to just say, look us up on Facebook at Harris County Cultural Arts Council. Just find us there. All the contact information is there.
Keep it simple.
I like the KISS method.
That's very, very good. What else? Are we going?
So, Michelle, what we do, we have everyone drop us a little nugget.
But before you do, I almost forgot. I have a gift for you.
Oh.
Okay, I almost forgot.
I hope so you more this tea because
then you can think about your nugget while you get your gift.
It could be tea related if necessary. I couldn't fit this in the bag, but everybody gets a. That's my favorite. That's what we drink every week.
Thank you.
And that's ginger. And this is. I don't know if we get time to do something. Okay, so it's all about tea.
Okay.
And this is the one that Dr. Kiva just mentioned. I've never given this one away.
All right.
But it's
organic, restful, repose, fruit and herbs.
So
that's a mouthful.
Chamomile and pineapple. And then it also, this is your forever tea bag. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So it's an eco-friendly tea bag where you use it over and over again. But it's really made of stainless steel.
Nice. And how do you pronounce?
You endure. It's a play on the word.
Like
you and endure. So you endure.
I love it.
So please enjoy it in good health. And now it's time for the nugget.
Now for your nugget. Right. Not to put you on the spot much.
I told him it's too late for that.
So what nugget can you drop for us today?
I think that the idea of the arts being a way to escape needs to be put aside, because when you have a strong creative culture, you build collective efficacy. And so that's what I would leave people with. Think about the arts as a way to build collective efficacy, not a way to escape, but a way to engage.
Oh, love it. That's beautiful.
That's a good nugget.
Yeah, and we need
you're
that.
quick on your feet,
yeah.
girl. You're quick.
We appreciate you. You enlightened,
great.
educated, and empowered.
I know, right?
Just like we needed.
That's like we said it was going to happen.
You. Thank you so much for joining us, Michelle.
It's been
we'll
fun.
be seeing you again.
We're going to do Bob Marley.
Hey, call me. Call me.
Bob Marley is in the house soon.
All right.
Soon. And right now he's in the house for real. Her t-shirts are always a message. We're going to sign out.
We are going to sign out.
Guys, you come back
next week. It goes by so
It
quickly.
really does.
It really does.
When you're having fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
So thank you guys for being with us today. Come back next Monday. We'll have some more fun for you. In the meantime, as always, we got to ask, how you living?